Maddie here. This week we're talking about another Kasie West book. You know how I love Kasie West. She is my trusted author that I will read anything by because it's always good, always happy, always amazing. This week we're talking about Listen to Your Heart by Kasie West. Oh, look, I've got a bookmark in there from... Apparently I started reading it, but that's literally chapter 1, so I bet I took it somewhere with me and grabbed a bookmark. Anyways, right, we'll remember eventually that we are starting each video with the synopsis of said book so we can then talk about it. Okay, call me maybe. Talking to other people isn't Kate Bailey's favorite activity, so when her best friend convinces Kate to join their high school's podcast, Kate is not expecting to be chosen as the host. Giving advice on the air? Impossible. But to Kate's surprise, she turns out to be pretty good at hosting. Then the podcast gets a call from an anonymous guy asking for advice about his unnamed crush. Suddenly, Kate finds that while doling out wisdom to others may be easy, following your own advice is tougher than it looks. Full of the witty banter that has garnered Kasie West legions of fans, this story of secrets, love, and friendship will win over hearts everywhere. It's true. So this book is about Kate, who becomes the host of her school's podcast, and there's a person that calls them about their unnamed crush. And this is like a half anonymity thing, kind of, but like not. It's like kind of anonymity, but kind of like misunderstood and confused and like crossed wires, and it's so cute and so good. And Kate, she's trying really hard to, be there for her friend and to help make things happen because she thinks she knows what's going on, but rarely does she ever know what's actually going on. And so it's just this really cute book of these girls and friends and whatever coming kind of into their own, learning and developing their own skills, their personalities, their relationships, and just the ridiculousness that is high school and coming into your own and liking somebody and having them like you back or not like you back, or thinking they like somebody when they don't like somebody, and thinking you like somebody when it turns out you just liked the idea of them. And then in the end, it all working out wonderful because this is Kasie West and everything always ends up wonderful. I don't have a lot to say about this book besides it just being very cute, it being very interesting, it being a unique take on the communication of especially like high schoolers and I would say young adults, because you don't need to be in high school to love and appreciate this book. While in general, I don't like reading things about high schoolers because I've kind of just gotten too old for that phase. I do still really love this book. I do still really love Kasie West, and I think like all of her books take place in high school. So this can be a great book for just, even for yourself, whether you're in high school or not, remembering that we are all humans communicating with other humans. We often misunderstand each other. We often confuse situations. We often think we know what's going on, and we actually don't. And so this can just kind of highlight the importance of genuine communication, of asking questions when you don't know what's going on, of seeking answers, but also understanding that you don't need to know everything all the time. It's okay to, I don't want to say be left in the dark, but you don't need to know everything all the time to live a good, awesome, fulfilling life. Sometimes it's good if you don't know everything, because sometimes there's things you just don't need to know at that moment in time because it actually be detrimental to how you're living your life. That's something I think people don't understand, is that we are often knowledge seekers, information seekers. We live in a world where you can Google anything and everything at any given moment. And you don't actually need to. You don't need to know everything. It can be helpful for some stuff, but not knowing a full situation, sometimes it's not your business. Or maybe somebody's not ready to talk about it yet. Maybe it is your business, but they're not ready to be open yet. And you have to be patient. You have to be willing to say, okay, I'm human, and I know I wouldn't want you to pry if the roles were reversed, so I'm going to give you the same courtesy. So this book just, at least for me, it makes me think a little bit about just how we communicate with one another, how we understand each other, how we can be saying the same sentence and think entirely different things because we are often interpreting things with our own biases, our own experiences. And you could say a sentence that is like super triggering to me, or you could say a sentence that makes me like go off into la la land because it makes me think of this one thing from that one time that this one person said or did or whatever. We are very self-centric people. I don't want to say selfish, but we view the world through the lens of our own experiences. We view communication through the lens of our own experiences because a lot of us have had really difficult conversations. A lot of us have had really fun, interesting conversations with friends or strangers, and it affects how we view the world and how we talk to people, because we're like, oh, this person talked to me about this one time and it went really poorly, yada yada yada, so let's try to do better. And sometimes that makes it worse because you're talking to a completely different person. Just being aware of people and how they view the world, but also knowing that we want to work on things because people are worth working on things with. It is worth working on communication with friends, love interests, family, coworkers, fellow students. It is worth working on communication and working to communicate well to live a life that is, well, not strife free, not conflict free, but there's a difference between conflict free and being able to handle conflict well and being able to talk through things. That's like totally sidetracked from this book because, yes, it is about communication. She's the host of a podcast. There are people that call in, ask her for advice, things like that. It's definitely about communication and how wires can get crossed super, super easily. But my takeaway for you from this video would be think about how you're talking to people and think about how it is affecting other people. Think about how you're being affected by other people and the way they're communicating with you. Just, take 2 seconds to think about what's going on and how people feel and maybe how they're interpreting what you say. Literally with all that, you should read this book. It's really cute and it's really fun. Will admit, Kate can be a little annoying sometimes, but the main guy is so precious. He is so precious and sweet and pure-hearted. And it's just like, be still my heart. So you should read this book and any Kasie West book. I know I've done other videos about her and I will do more, I'm sure. Kasie West is my safe author. Everyone should have one and she's my safe author. I love her a lot and will continue to read and reread her books often. So with this nice short video, I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope you're having I hope life is going good. I hope your semester's going well. I hope work is good. I hope family's good. I hope your pets, your little fur babies, I hate when people call them that, but I hope they're doing good. I hope everything's going well in your world. And with all of that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you have a great night, a great week, great weekend, great month, great year. I hope you have all the greats because you're truly worthy and deserving of them. So until next time, 再见. Bye.